What's going on? Hotheads, it's Joe the Hut from Joe's Palace. Whoa. Here with another What's in the Box action figure unboxing / review segment for you guys. So we are currently live on Whatnot, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch all simultaneously. So feel free to join us on any of those platforms you prefer. If you would like to purchase some figures, you can join us on Whatnot. That's cool as well. Or if you're after anything, we have over 500 action figures available and a whole room full of action figures. It's awesome. So come join us, hang out, check out some cool figures, and give us a follow across all social media platforms, Instagram, all that stuff. Here's a little thing right here. This is what the right there. Follow Joe's Palace on TikTok, IG, YouTube, Whatnot, on Facebook. It's at Joe's Palace right there. You can see that. Drop that out. All right, so we have a couple things on the agenda tonight. Right now, we're going to concentrate on the action figure reviews, and then we're also going to do the Marvel Legends recap from the stream that they did on Thursday, February 21st. The Game Reverse Spider-Man stuff. And then tomorrow, if you want to join us, we're going to do the Brave New World spoiler cast, and then we'll pick a couple other figures to review, and we'll review those as well. So that's what's going on tonight and pretty much this weekend. So if you guys are interested in any of that stuff, let me know. If you guys want any figures, let me know. Feel free to shoot me a DM and all that stuff. But let's get down to brass tacks, something that we all came to see. We have, first item we're going to review is going to be a Marvel themed night. I'm going to go with the Pavitir Prabhakar Spider-Man India. Spider-Man India tonight. So, he was a cool figure, he was a cool character in the movie. Swinging around, doing his thing. That was just like a really well executed part of the second movie, Across the Spider-Verse. Cool character in the comics and Spider-Verse and all that stuff. So nice to have a figure of him for sure. Here he is in the Across the Spider-Verse packaging. Other figures from the wave and all that stuff. But we're not here to look at packaging. We're here to look at action figures, and we have at least 4 to get through. So let's open this up, take a look. All right. So here's your Spider-Man India. But let's get to the accessories first. So here is your alternate head, which we'll take a look at both heads next to each other. Very much like Disney Prince Aladdin. Well, I guess Aladdin wasn't a prince, but over here. Let's take a look at those. And here's our little... I want to call it a dreidel, but it's definitely not. Do we know what this thing is called? So cool little accessory there. Alright, let's take a look at him. Love the deco. The gold really pops on him. I don't know if... Yeah, there we go. I can catch the light a little bit so you can see that. Here's the back. Nice Spidey logo there. Just a really cool version of him. Shoulders have some blue symbols and stuff. Sorry, I just don't know what any of this stuff is called. Any of this iconography. So I don't want to speak out of turn on it. But it's just cool designs and stuff. Clearly for the India theme that we have on this figure. There we go. Name on that side. There's the back. A low hanging butt trouser going on there. I do like that they did the detailing here, like his little like skirt here is cool. It's not, well, it's not really, yeah, I guess it's kind of skirty. It's like individual leg layers that kind of form a skirt, and then it has the front part from his like little belt thing here for like his robes. Alright, I think it would only make sense to swap the head while we do this. There's a nice look at that masked head sculpt, which, I mean, let's face it, this is the head sculpt that we're all going to use, right? Alright, so there's a look at just the deco overall of the figure. Clearly all this pops. The colors are really nice. Really well done. But we got to get to the articulation segment. So let's get some articulation going. So we just pop this head on. See how far we can look at without popping it off. It is a very small peg. So not too much of a look up, and it doesn't have the extra neck articulation, so that's somewhat disappointing. But we'll see how the other articulation helps us get him like with like a looking up pose. Here's the shoulder. Can go up decent amount. He has a little bicep swivel here. And then there's your elbow, which is a double jointed elbow. It's a very small one, but is there. There you go. There's a double jointed elbow on him. And then we get down to the wrists. He has this little piece here that is a separate piece that you can slide out of the way. And then he's got the little, his hand is so small. Little jerk articulation here. There you go. You can access that pretty easily once you move that piece. Alright, to the waist. So here is your lean back with just the waist. Very popping out some gappage here when you do that though. Big time. And then you can kind of still rotate that if you want. Here's the lean forward on that piece. That's a nice piece. I'm a little bit worried about some paint rub here when you do that. When you just lean forward like that, because I can feel it rubbing up against it, so I don't want to overdo that. And then it does have a lower waist as well, which is nice, because a lot of the times when they put this piece up here, they don't do the lower waist, but I guess since he's such a small figure, they want him to have like as much articulation as possible. So here we go, you can rotate that all around. It has a rotation here. So if we put both of these joints together and do the lean back head, you can get a little limbo-y for us. And then if you want to do the lean forward, that works out really well. I will say that there is a lot of gappage going on here. You can see the gappage on the other side as well. But pretty good lean down, though. Liking that. And then we'll work our way down the leg. So obviously we'll do our kick forward. Nice kick forward there. We'll do a kick back. That's actually pretty good. The way it hits that angle, it still looks good. It does not have drop down hips. There is no extra rotation here under these robes. And then let's get to the knees. Nice knees here. We'll do some splits. There's the splits. And we have this little ankle pivot here. There and there. Okay, so overall, pretty good articulation. It's just a matter of some of where you break in the articulation and show gappage and stuff like that kind of gets in the way sometimes. That's what I would probably shout out. Alright, do some hand swaps. We have a crawling. It's kind of weird that we don't have 2 crawling hands. But I guess you can get him with like a little bit of a... Well, you just got to be careful with these smaller pegs. There we go. With like a maybe hand on the wall hanging off or something. And I do want to have the holding hand. So those are the other 2. This, I'm not really sure how we do this. I guess you just want it like in his hand so that he can kind of like hit people with it, right? Or like use it to swing. The thing is that I haven't seen the movie since the theaters, so don't have too much of a touchstone to how to do this with him. I mean, I guess you could go with like one of the like 2-handed deals, and then he's like hitting people with it and like bouncing around with it. That's a good one. Maybe do like he's throwing it out this way. I guess when you go underhand, you can't really do that. Throwing it out this way at somebody. And then I was liking the idea of having him do like a crouch on wall pose type deal. Which he does have the articulation to get there. So like imagine that this is a wall. And we want to have him like leaning off of that. I don't know. Whatever. That's the inspiration that I'm having with this one. Maybe we'll do like a hand back handstand thing where he's like leaning back and then has to hit these articulation points. Just get like wide with it. There's this Black Myth Wukong pose. See if we can get that to hold. There you go. So that's what I would imagine. Him really hitting the acrobatics. Like getting low and doing stuff like that. 3 or 4 point crouch. I don't know what that means. Sith, you're so much better at articulating things than me. In more ways than one. That's a fun... That's what I came up with on a fun pose for him. While we make him make that farting noise. Alright. Cool figure, nice articulation. Definitely can do a lot with it. Yeah, you can move. He can move. He can do the... Like, I'm wondering if maybe you can get him into like a handstand type thing. But you definitely got to be able to... I don't think his hand is big enough for me to be able to get him to like balance on one hand. But I would imagine that you can get him in a cool pose like that. Like upside down. I'm going with the crouch coming out at you type pose right now though. But yeah, he definitely has nice articulation. Like you can definitely... The fact that I can get him sprawling on the ground like this pretty quickly is nice. We haven't spent that much time with the figure, so that's good stuff. So we have a 2-pack coming up. And it is going to be the Punisher War Journal 2-pack. So it's Punisher and Bushwacker. Here's the back. It holds out specific War Journal issues. I like that it says the issues that it drew inspiration from, which is cool. So if anybody wants to look at that, you can. So nice packaging here, for sure. So first I'll show you this backdrop, which is also has some nice Punisher art on it. Which I'm sure Avi is not going to have me send to him, so if anybody's interested in that, let me know. And then here's the two figures. Little Frank Castle and this Bushwacker guy. So obviously, we're going to start with Bushwacker. Let's get all his accessories out of here. So I'm going to lose his little penis hand right off the bat. Uh-oh. Then here's a look at Bushwacker. There's the back, very basic blue shirt. And then here is just this ridiculous arm that is just a veiny, fleshy, penis-y looking thing. I mean, let's be honest, right? Like, right, that's what's going on. He's got his flat top haircut. Jesus Christ, I was gonna smack you in the face with that. He's got his flat top haircut. The face, very nice detailing on the face. Really cool stuff. I like the scarring we have going on here. And then cool like zipper effect here, and then he's got his collar popped with the white undershirt and all that. Got the belt with the belt buckle. You know, big arm over here, obviously, because he's got to have veiny, weird muscles and this penis thing that I don't even want to touch the goddamn thing. So, he's got the jeans. Nice pockets there. Cool stuff. Alright, so that's him. We'll do a little articulation segment here. So, the look back, I mean, he's already looking back pretty much as far as he's gonna because of this popped collar. He is a fairly tall guy, though, so not gonna be looking up at too many people. Here's your look down. Very nice look down, though. That was fantastic. You see how much, like, there's your look back and then there's your look down. Very good. Very good stuff. And then obviously we can go around with that. So for shoulder, he has, oh no, it popped. Okay. So he has a fairly bulky shoulder, but you can get that a decent amount up. There's a little bit of a paint mist there. Look at his penis. Biceps level. Elbows are double jointed elbows, so nice articulation there. And then he's got, listen, he's got this. I wonder what he's doing with that articulation point right there. And then let's just spend a little bit of time over here just so we can see, like, you can do the double articulation on this piece here. And then I'll show you, like, that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Imagine that. Just leave that in the bathroom and see if anybody screams when they walk in. So that pops right on and off, just like that. Yep, do that motion with it. And we'll revisit that in a minute. So here's his lean back. Here's his lean forward. And then we got the waist level. Alright, waist level. I was thinking that he was gonna have drop down hips, but he actually doesn't. Here's your splits. He does have rotation in the leg here. And then here's your knees. And then we need to do kick forward. I forgot about kick forward the last time we did reviews. That's why I'm making sure that I do it this time. There's your kick forward. Here's your kick back. Not really too much kick back. We don't need to cover that. He does have pins in his legs. We do not have any SH figure arts available. And then here's the ankles. Pretty normal stuff there. But nice articulation overall. Alright, so, I mean, let's face it. What are we going to do with this guy? He's going to be pointing this freaking weird thing at somebody. Well, you know what? I'm wondering, can you do it so that he can literally... Can he, like, cock this thing? Yeah, make it so that he, like, cocks it. There you go. He's cocking the thing. He's cocking the thing that's clearly... What were they thinking? What were they thinking with this character? That's so absurd. I don't even... Listen, we don't have to get too dynamic with him, to be honest. Like, that's just... What are you going to do with this guy? But he has the articulation where you can do pretty cool stuff with him. Like I said, that lean forward is really good. Like, if you want to put, like, all that together... Have him do one of those, you know. Have him looking back up at you while he does that thing. There you go. That's really all you. That's all you need right there. That's what you got. Made me use the zoom on that one. All right, those are two characters that never need to be seen together at all. And now we got a Diddy party going on now. Okay, so here is the other hand, which is like the pointy hand, which has a hole in it for some reason, and so we got a lot going on with that guy. Where the oil at for the Diddy hand? So then there you could do like he's doing the shooty guns, if you want to do that. Now, okay, so now I've thought of a different pose that I'm going to try, and it's going to be like that. And it's going to be like that. And then he's going to be able to put the thing in the thing. Can he put the thing in the thing? There you go. He put his thing in his other thing. And that's the pose that you're going to use. That's the pose that you're going to use for this character. Make sure it doesn't bend too much and get warped. There you go. He's pulling his own finger with his ding-a-ling. Congratulations, everyone. This is your fault, all right? You know what? This is Avi's fault because he bought this set. Mr. McFrank Castle. He has a lot of accessories. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 guns, a grenade, a blast effect, and 2 heads. No... Oh, yeah, and he has 3 sets of hands. There you go. They got, like, blocked by the glossing. Alright, here's your big blast effect. Which what I'll do for you is I'll do a... You can see some of the translucence there. So you put it right up on a light, you can get it pretty translucent. Like sideways like that. So you can theoretically throw like, oh, like we have you know what? Tie-in, we have the puck lights from the May Walmart exclusive. That could be a good deal. And we knew we were gonna find something to do with those puck lights. Here is the grenade. It's very small. Very small grenade. Let me zoom in a little bit. There you go. There's the grenade. Got the pin. Pin is not removable. We'll revisit that in a minute. So then we have the 2 sets of hands that aren't on him. So I have a gun trigger finger for one hand, a fist over there, double fists, and then he's got like a pointing hand here. put those to the side because we might want to use some of them. And then we'll do a head comparison here. Then we'll move on to the guns. So here's 2 Frank Castles for you. So we've got the Screaming one. And the Stoic one. Pretty cool. I mean, the screaming head is cool. I'm happy we're getting the bandana again. Always gonna have a bandana version of him. Alright, let's take a look at these guns. Stop calling your arms guns. There's one. Got his little Uzi guy here. Tulip Uzi. He's got a little handgun here. And then we got this like medium size right there. Alright, nice little arsenal there. Alright, so obviously the Punisher symbol, beautiful stuff. Gotta love it. You know, this is sculpted, the teeth part here. Maybe a little bit of mist paint going on there on the chest. But nothing too crazy. Another look at the face. He's got the 5 o'clock shadow going. Love the little flip over here. Here's the back, just straight black. And then he's got really nice like straps here. The belt that goes around to the teeth part. And then he's got a leg holster here. And pretty simple black. It's a nice, it's like a matty feeling texture on here, which is nice. So it's not like too glossy or anything. I will say, maybe would have wanted like some more holsters. Like maybe something on the back. Like I could do the classic thing where I kind of stretch this piece a little bit and then throw a gun back there. So, you know, that's an option, but where's his van? If he doesn't have his van, he's not going to be his Punisher's creepy van. If he doesn't have that, he's not going to be able to carry all of his accessories, right? All right, let's get into the articulation segment. So here's your look up. Here's your look down. Very nice look down, once again. Here's your shoulder. Shoulders. Wow. Wow. Very nice shoulder going on there. That's fantastic. That's like the best shoulder I've ever seen. Bicep. Here's your... Okay, yeah, you gotta like kind of get to that elbow. But wow, look at that. This is crazy, the articulation on him. Look at that. He can punch himself in the face. And then he's got his little jerk motion there. Getting to the waist, we can do the lean back. Not really gappage. They filled this. That's nice. They actually took some care with this. Like if you could push it back and you really are not getting a lot of gappage there. It's just kind of like the form of his chest. Which is nice. It's nice that we have the Spider-Man India to compare to that. We saw that that was a huge issue on that other figure. But this one you can tell that they really concentrated on it. Alright, for our lean forward, I assume that these teeth are going to get in the way. Right? So, I mean, I guess we could try to bend them and just see where we go. Yeah, you can get them out of the way and do that, but then you're like bending the teeth. And I wouldn't want to like warp that. Like, see, they already like kind of want to move forward a little bit, so definitely got to be careful with that. Obviously, the upper part has the rotation too, and then he does not have the waist though. So there's no like waist. You see, that belt out of the way. So there's no articulation point there. But The upper part is so good. He doesn't have like a waist rotation. He does have a waist lean though. So if you put all this together, you can lean back pretty good. And then, like we said, the teeth get in the way of the leaning forward. All right, for the legs, no drop down hips. Here's your splits. Here's your thigh rotation. A little bit of a gap there. You see it? See that? When the light catches it. Here's the knees. Really good knees. He can kick himself in the ass. And then he's got the rotation here, which is nice. And then obviously the ankles are what we expect. Alright. Good shit. Alright, let's get some guns on him, right? I mean, that's what we're waiting for. Alright, first of all, we're going to holster the handgun. Oh, we could do the head swap too. Let's do the head swap first. We've seen enough of him with that other head. I killed my family. John Travolta killed my family. I mean, I gotta go with the big bopper here, right? That's so cool. And then give me like a grenade, right? So for the hand that we can do the grenade with, let's see which one makes the most sense. It's gonna be this one that's already on him. So let's go like left hand grenade. Which you really just want to hang the grenade from his hand. Like that. There we go. Look at that. Now, I will say that I kind of do wish that I could still have the bandana on him while he's doing the screaming pose, because I do like the bandana more. Well, look at that. The fact you legitimately can make it look like he is throwing this grenade. Like, that's a full grenade wind back throw pose. That's sick. And then even, like, with the gun, the fact that I can get him out so far, but then still, like, bring myself back in. You know what I mean? Like, obviously it doesn't look that great right now, but I'm just saying, like, I can get, like, a full angle and then point the gun forward, which is sick. So this is awesome. And even like he can like be looking at his gun. That's awesome. So let's get like some real articulation. Let's get like a nice step back throw. Rotation. There. Bang. Bang. See how simple. Hold on. Let me get him standing first before I start bragging. I always forget that we don't articulate the other side, so I gotta get that loosed. Hold on, having a little trouble. Come on, soldier. There we go, we found it. Oh, Oh, never mind. And he dropped his grenade. There it is. There we go. Alright, yeah, really cool stuff. Alright, let's try something else here. I guess give me like Uzi City. Can I get like this grenade on his... on here maybe? Maybe like there. Yeah, you can put the grenade like there. Pop this one off. Give me like dual wielding. Even that's just cool, the fact that you can just be like, ah, Travolta! I hated Grease! Sorry, I gotta keep going back to the wall on that one, guys, sorry. Give him a little dual wield action here. I gotta get him in a better, like, standing pose. There we go. So there's a nice dual wield for you. And then obviously we have this piece. We could just have it going off in the background or something during a firefight. Now I will say for this big gun, it won't be able to like slide in here. But not a big deal. I mean, you could just kind of put his gun to the side. He's got enough guns that he can have on him. Let's see how that looks with the other head sculpts back on here. I don't know. I'm a little bit torn on the head sculpts because I feel like I said, I want the bandana, but I want the screaming too. So it's like, it's cool that we have the options. Can we do the little like walk forward thing that people love to do? I could do the walk forward pose. Punisher's like, where's John Travolta? And this guy's just like, my head's on fire and I have a penis for it all. Alright, cool. So I mean, listen, this is a freaking ridiculous Punisher figure. You know, I would say I can't think of too many issues here. I mean, the only thing is the teeth when you try to do the lean forward, but you're just going to keep putting him in different poses to make him look like a badass, shooting at people or throwing a grenade or creating explosions and whatever. So yeah, my only gripe would be the teeth in the front, and then maybe if I just had the option of like choosing which head had the bandana, but I've said that like 18 times since we've been reviewing it, so sorry. So this will be our last figure review of the night. And it's going to be Deadpool and Wolverine. Long time coming for us to take a look at this one. So let's get it going and take a look at them. Alright, so fun little packaging here. Obviously we have the cool little Deadpool stuff going on in the background. There's the back. So let's just get it open and take a look. So only 3 accessories here. But that's okay, because we're really just after this Hugh Jackman head sculpt. There's the Hugh Jackman and the masked Wolverine head sculpt. Really great likeness on the Hugh Jackman for sure. Here's our alternate hands. So we just got the depowered hands. I love the texturing here of like the suit. And then there's a better look at the figure itself. Here's the claws, which is what we want to see first. How they look, how bendy are they, this type of stuff. So is there any? Yeah, there's a little bit of articulation here where you can like bend them forward and backward. Try to get them in like the spot you want them in. Right there. But let's do the overview. Very yellow. Very in person. I will say that it is like a little bit duller than it looks on screen right now. But the yellow definitely pops enough, and then you got the blue accents everywhere. This was a nice reimagining of this suit for live action for sure. He's got his little belt buckle over here. Here's the back. Kind of a frumpy butt going on because of all the padding. But I do like, if you had the Deadpool figure that they previously released, you'll know like the texturing that they did on that, and they did the same thing with this Wolverine. So I'm happy because that was really one of the best figures that they've ever done. And I'm happy that they like nailed it for like the movie. So it's nice that they kind of like brought that technique back and added it here as well, because it just really feels like a live action suit when they do it that way. Working our way down, he does have really cool boots as well. You know, guys, I get obsessed with boots when I do the figure reviews. So, all right, let me get some articulation going, and then we'll try to get him in a cool pose, and then we'll do our figure rankings. So here's your look up. Pretty good. Here's your look down. Not as great on the look down, I'll say. Is there a neck peg here? No, this neck peg is very solid. So not as good on the look down. It's got kind of like that like hum. I don't know why I want to say hum, but that like extra joint in the neck though that makes you like go pop it forward and backward. Alright, for shoulders, we have this piece here, so a little bit concerned that that's going to get in our way. This kind of like centers itself here, if you see. So I guess if you want to do that and then rotate yourself up, and then you can kind of... I will say that it is nice. It makes sense the way that they did that though, because you can get it out of the way, and then it'll rest back into place and like wrap around that point. So, pretty decent solution there. His arm still doesn't go up that far, because it does get cut off there. Elbow does have the double joint. Let's get to it. Hold on, it's like a little tight. There we go. There we go. So that's a real tight articulation point right there. Very nice. And then we got the wrists. Obviously, you want to be able to furl your wrists in, so we've got a nice wrist articulation here. I will say that there are some like extra paint drops here and there, like on this arm here. You'll see. What else? Did we miss one? Oh, yeah, sorry, that's what I wanted to do. So he does have the butterfly joints. So it'll let him like rear back and rear forward. I will say... Oh, yeah, if you get his arm up at like a certain angle, you can access them, for sure. It's just a matter of if... They just need to be loosened up a little bit, but it does have it there, and you can access it and use it. So that's good. For waist, so he has a waist rotation at the bottom, and he has a click back and a click forward here, which he has, goes like, hold on, let's see, twice forward here, and then twice back, so very nice. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 articulation stops there, so pretty good. So like here's like your actual lean back, and then here's your actual lean forward, which you can lean forward pretty good, which is nice. And also, once again, kind of a theme of the night, no break point here. We're not seeing any gappage, which is very nice. So you can see when they really put the effort in that they can avoid those types of issues. And then there's the rotation there. I do like that this part, like this belt is like sits above this, and it doesn't want to drop down as much, so it won't get in your way, and it like sits there like in a nice spot, which is cool. All right, for the legs, really good split. Best split of the night goes to Hugh Jackman. Makes sense. Singing and dancing and doing splits. That's what he does. So here's your rotation here. Here's your knees going back. I can show you a couple Warhammers. They're the unpainted ones. I have like 3 options on those. So if you're after those, let me know. Let me get through the Logan review first, though. There's your knees. Very nice knees. Nothing here. And then well, the ankles are like a little bit tougher than I expected. There we go. Just gotta get that first articulation in on those. And then they can go forward and backward the way you want them. Good shit. So there's the Hugh Jackman head sculpt on the figure. That is such a good likeness. That is crazy how good they did that. That is amazing. Really, when they really want to make it look like them, they got it. Yeah, really cool. So give me the traditional interlocking claws pose. See how that looks. One here, one there. Oh, I missed one. Hold on. There's your interlocking claws. Let's get like down low with it. I gotta rewatch this movie. I haven't seen it since the theater. There's a nice Hugh Jackman interlocking claws pose going on there. Let me get like a berserker, but I'll swap the head back. This actually will be a tough a tough decision on which head sculpt you want to use. Let's use those butterflies, get that looser, pin those in. Where we want them. Type deal. Have them like flying in. Yeah, it's a cool one. It's interesting that we're doing this and Punisher on the same night because it actually is probably going to be a tough decision on which one I like more. Because it's just such a well-executed like sculpt on the figure, for sure, to make it look like the way it did in the movie. It usually takes them like a couple tries to do that. Now, people are going to want the arms exposed on him. So I assume that we'll probably get another version at some point where, obviously, like, the arms are, like I said, exposed. So that'll be an option for people. Also, do we like how tight the ears are here? I'm wondering if maybe we could like just bend them a little bit just to get them more of like spiraled out. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. And it actually kind of kept that both. So it definitely looks better like that. Initially, that's what I was thinking, that they were a little too... You want them back? Oh, you're back, my bad. Because I was talking about his ears. And whether I wanted them like tight on his head or back, but you can push them a little bit and then they'll kind of hold the form to a certain point and then make the ears look good. And there he is, the Berserker. I was just saying that there will be a sleeveless version that people are, I'm sure people are doing the mods on them and everything. I think there was a guy that was like initially selling like the sleeveless arms just to pop on him. So that's the thing. God bless the customizers. And all those people that just make those things that Hasbro misses out on. And then eventually they catch up. Alright, let's do our Figure of the Night picks. Alright, so no surprise here. Our last place is going to go to the Bushwacker because, I mean, listen, if you're going to execute a penis arm guy, then sure, we get it. But did we need this? This is like such a hostage pack thing to get this Punisher, to get this guy, because I guess if you read War Journal and you're like a big fan of Punisher and like his villains and stuff, then okay, I'll give it to you. But there are so many people that don't really care about having this figure in their collection, so it is what it is. So Bushwacker's going to be in last place. Then, listen, there are some nights where this next figure would take the top prize. The deco is fantastic. The articulation is great. Seriously, you can do really cool stuff with the articulation. I'm sure other people that get him will have a lot of fun with that. He has this little... I keep just wanting to call this thing a dreidel. Is it a dreidel? I don't know. But it'll be the Spider-Man India in third place. Cool figure overall. Like I said, he could take the top spot on like any other night, but we have two really, really big figures that we covered tonight. And then it's tough. I will say, I think that the Wolverine is very well executed. I think that other people are going to ding it points for not being the sleeveless version, but we know what happened. I mean, they had concept art, and they didn't know if he was going to have the sleeves or not, and they're just going to come out with another one anyway. So, assuming that they're going to come out with another one that's a little more accurate there, I'm going to put the Logan in second place for the movie Wolverine. This Hugh Jackman head sculpt is unbelievable, though. Let me just give you guys another shot of this and how crazy. the likenesses here. This is nuts how much this looks like Hugh Jackman. That is crazy. So, and then just, you know, I think for the most part the articulation works. And you can get to do the kind of things that you want to. It's just, we know the elements of a Wolverine. We've seen so many Wolverine figures. So, really all they had to do was nail the sculpt on this one. And then everything else, they just know how to articulate a Wolverine and get him to where you need him to be for the poses you want to do with him. So, there you go. I mean, we know the claws are reused, you know, stuff like that. But really cool figure. But then, I mean, listen. Number one with a bullet, or thousands of bullets throughout the lifetime, it's John Travolta's number one enemy. It's going to be the Punisher. War Journal Punisher. This is the best Punisher that we've got in the Marvel Legends line. And we have gotten good Punishers in this line. The Walgreens one was my personal favorite. We've gotten a decent amount of Punishers over the years. Not as many as Wolverine, but the only gripes I have are I would like to have the bandana on both heads. But it's nice that we have the blank. I mean, this is clearly inspired by specific art, and they call it out on the thing, on the packaging. So we know that that's from a specific panel where they wanted, he didn't have the bandana on. So if they're trying to do that, and they didn't want to give you like a third head sculpt, right? So I just think that it would be nice to have the Screaming head sculpt and the bandana, but it's nice to have the Stoic head sculpt. I'm sure you could do a head swap. Pretty much every Punisher that we've gotten has come with multiple things that have bandanas on them. So, all good there. The weapon selection is decent. We've gotten a rocket launcher with him before. It's nice to see like some new weapons mixed in there. Nice to have the grenade. And then he does have the blast effects, the translucent blast effect, which is back here now. Hold on. Move it back over here. Translucent blast effect is always a nice little addition there. So the only other gripe that I would think of is maybe just some more holsters. Just to toss things on so they can be holding more things. Yeah, so that's what's going on with those.